everyone, my name is Deirdre Lysett and I am the Digital Presence Manager here in Aspira. Today I'm delighted to be joined by one of our project managers, Rachael Milne, who will talk to us about her experience working with Aspira. You are very welcome, Rachael.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to begin by telling us what you do here in Aspira?
Yeah, so I'm the project manager for the Portugal project, which is setting up an office over in Portugal.
And how long have you worked within the company?
So since October 2018, initially just as a contractor to sort of help out with finding resources, and then my contract got extended, and then eventually I moved to Cork and took a permanent role with Aspira.
So you're currently managing our office in Portugal. What does your average day look like?
Yeah, so we're in the early stages of setting up a Portugal office. So I am attending, networking events and meeting with different service providers and potential partners to help us do that. And I spend a lot of my day on talent acquisition, so a lot of headhunting and interviewing potential talent.
And what gets you most excited about coming to work?
I have a lot of variety, as I wear a lot of different hats within the business.
Can you tell me about a recent project you worked on where you had a positive encounter with one or more of your co-workers?
Yes, well, I have to say all of the encounters are positive, but I recently started delivering training for the training arm of Aspira. So I'm delivering stakeholder communications, resource and quality management. Gillian Whelan heads up the training area. She's a really dedicated person, such an overachiever, and she's just teaching me a lot.
What would you say to someone who feels they've reached a point where they're stuck in a job they just don't feel is meaningful to them anymore?
Yeah, so as someone who's changed careers 5 times, I would say take some time out, whether it be an hour or a day, and think about what you want and then work backwards to how you can get there. So I decided to change career and be a project manager. I found a job with Aspira, project management consultancy. I studied a lot and I put my hand up to get involved on internal projects. I'd also suggest looking at online tools. Look for the PVA, Personal Values Assessment. This really helped me understand what my key drivers are, which was a lot to do with having freedom, adventure and variety in my workday. Also do the Myers-Briggs profile, or there's the abridged version, the 16 personalities assessment. See what your likes and dislikes are and how you can rid your workday or your life of those sort of unmotivating factors. I learned that extroverts, like myself, don't like receiving emails, and it might seem small, but I get a lot of emails, and it's true, I just don't like receiving them. So now I dedicate some time each week to deal with them in one go, so they're out of the way. And plus, I would respond to some emails by phone or video call and encourage people to do the same with me.
What were your first impressions of Aspira when you joined back in 2018?
And so I learned that Aspira has a family feel to it, and in the first week I was bowled over by how many people messaged me or welcome calls that I was getting as well. And I learned that the working relationships in Aspira predate the company, and a lot of people have worked together for 30 years. I worked for Russell Moore at the time, and he's an excellent line manager, and he really opened doors for me to get my PM career moving.
What would you say is the best thing about working within a team in Aspira?
So working with the resource acquisition team, and they're the engine room of Aspira. They're great, positive people, and they just want to do their best. The senior leadership team, there's kind of no subject is taboo in meetings. And although we have distinct divisions, we don't always work in silos, and people are always willing to help each other out.
My next question is twofold. So what was your department's biggest challenge last year, and what did you personally learn from it?
Okay, so last year I was the resourcing manager for Aspira, and our biggest challenge was the targets, which we exceeded. And this was a result of a lot of processes and systems improvements from the previous year that we were tweaking to work we were tweaking all the time so we could work more efficiently, leaner, smarter. And so what I learned was continuous improvement is key.
Who do you look up to most within Aspira?
Okay, so I have to say Pat Lucy, the CEO, but it's because I spend a lot of time with him. I have his ear. He's given me so much on the job training, and he's taught me so much, and he leads by example. And Russell Moore, account manager. So I mentioned his line management previously, and generally his manner with people. You know, he's a natural account manager, and what he doesn't know about resourcing isn't worth knowing.
And what was the last big achievement that was celebrated at Aspira?
So at the end of 2021, the tea shop visited the new Cork office. That's New Cork, not New York office. And then announced Aspira's creation of 40 new jobs and the opening of the Portugal office, which I'm very pleased to be managing. So that was what we last celebrated. And the next big thing will be Aspira's 15-year anniversary on May the 4th, which should mean we can all meet up in person after more than 2 years apart.
I think we're all looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Can you describe in 3 words your experience working with Aspira?
Yeah, so I've mentioned before it's varied, challenging and rewarding.
I would have to agree. So you're currently based in Europe. Do you like traveling?
Yes, I've always been a bit of a nomad, and now I'm a digital nomad, so that suits me.
What's the best place you've traveled to?
So the Bahentian Islands in the South China Sea were pretty amazing. Hitchhiking in Alaska was fun, and Tanzania and Zanzibar were quite special places too.
Definitely some great spots there for the bucket list. Finally, does Aspira give back at all to the community, and if so, in what ways?
Yeah, so there is usually a charitable donation as part of any company event, and this didn't change when our events went online. I know we're proud sponsors of Brighter Communities Worldwide, so this is supporting the building of sustainable communities in East Africa. And as I mentioned before, I've been to Tanzania and Zanzibar, so that's close to my heart.
Excellent. And on that very positive note, I would like to thank you, Rachael, for your time and giving us some great insights into the culture and the dynamic of working with Aspira.
You're very welcome. Thank you.